Hello everyone. Here's the latest earthquake activity report from the USGS. As of the time of this recording, there have been a total of 22 earthquakes. We have a 3.5 in central, let me get that out the way, sorry. 3.5 in central California, 4.9 mid-Indian Ridge, 5.1 northern Sumatra, Indonesia, 6.5 in Valparaiso, Chile, 4.9 near coast of Honshu, Japan, 5.1 offshore the same place in Chile. We have a 4.6 in Kenya, 4.7 in Tonga, a 7.0 eastern New Guinea, that's a fairly big one, 4.8 off the west coast of northern Sumatra, 5.6 in Kermadec Islands region, 4.8 near east coast of Honshu, Japan, 4.5 near coast of southern Peru, 4.6 near coast of Honshu, Japan again, 4.6 Hindu Kush region, Afghanistan, 4.5 off west coast, northern Sumatra, another one, 3.7 off the Fox Islands, Aleutian Islands, okay, 6.2 east of South Sandwich Islands, 4.8 off west coast of northern Sumatra, 3.7 Puerto Rico region, 5.0, not Hawaii 5.0, but a 5.0 off west coast of northern Sumatra, and a 3.8 offshore northern California. The BBC reports Syria troops bombard Homs and other rebel areas. Some opposition groups report that more than 50 people have been killed over the course of the day. The violence came as envoy Kofi Annan traveled to Qatar to brief the Arab League on the peace plan he negotiated. A handful of United Nations observers have made their first trip to the south of the country to visit Dareh. Earlier, the head of the advanced team of the UN observers admitted its ceasefire monitoring mission would be difficult. We need to move forward, little step by little step, Colonel Ahmed Hamisheh of Morocco told reporters in the capital Damascus. It is not easy, and it will require coordination with all sides, firstly with the Syrian government and then with the other sides. It's a difficult mission that needs coordination and planning, he added. The Korean Herald has reported an article on the Arctic ice caps melting. As ice caps melt, militaries vie for Arctic edge. To the world's military leaders, the debate over climate change is long over. They are preparing for a new kind of Cold War in the Arctic, anticipating that rising temperatures there will open up a treasure trove of resources, long dreamed of sea lanes, and a slew of potential conflicts. By Arctic standards, the region is already buzzing with military activity, and experts believe that will increase significantly in the years ahead. Last month, Norway wrapped up one of the largest Arctic maneuvers ever, Exercise Cold Response, with 16,300 troops from 14 countries training on the ice for everything from high-intensity warfare to terror threats. Attesting to the harsh conditions, 5 Norwegian troops were killed when their C-130 Hercules aircraft crashed near the summit of Kebnekaise, Sweden's highest mountain. The US, Canada, and Denmark held major exercises 2 months ago, and in an unprecedented move, the military chiefs of the 8 main Arctic powers, Canada, the US, Russia, Iceland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and Finland, gathered at a Canadian military base last week to specifically discuss regional security issues. None of these means a shooting war is likely at the North Pole anytime soon. But as the numbers of workers and ships increase in the high north to export oil and gas reserves, so will the need for policing, border patrols, and, if push comes to shove, military muscle to enforce rival claims. The U.S. Geological Survey estimates that 13% of the world's undiscovered oil and 30% of its untapped natural gas is in the Arctic. Shipping lanes could be regularly opened across the Arctic by 2030 as rising temperatures continue to melt the sea ice, according to a National Research Council analysis commissioned by the U.S. Navy last year. NASA just released a nice video of a coronal mass ejection, CME, which took place on April 16, 2012. The CME was classified as an M1 medium-sized eruption located on the left side of the Sun, which fortunately for us, is not Earth-facing, and therefore little or no danger from it. But with all of the solar activity happening on the surface of the Sun, perhaps it helps to explain the dying fish, birds, and mammals around the world. I'm not an expert in this field, but it's just an observation. In Hosea chapter 4, God is angry with mankind. He says, "For the Lord brings a charge against the inhabitants of the land. There is no truth or mercy or knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying, killing and stealing, and committing adultery, they break all restraint, with bloodshed after bloodshed. Therefore the land will mourn, and everyone who dwells there will waste away, with the beasts of the field and the birds of the air, even the fish of the sea will be taken away." Friends, there are a whole multitude of signs that point to the end or the last days, the end of this age. Have you given your life to Jesus? Follow the link below, pray the prayer with all sincerity, and you will be saved. It's really just that simple. God bless you.